What's going on YouTube? This is day 2, second Saturday. I finally got a hold of the people that made the brackets, and they're gonna FaceTime me on Instagram and show me where these brackets go. So I'm just trying to get things prepared. Luckily I didn't mount the bumpers on yet. It's just take it off and we're good to go. There's no bolts on it, so I left the way it is this whole entire week. But anyhow, he's gonna show me where to mount the bracket, because I know 2 of them goes right here and the other ones goes on the bottom. What the hell is a french fry doing there? What the hell? Give and take. Yeah, I'm still gotta wait another hour so they can FaceTime me and give me an idea. Once I get the idea of it, then we start moving forward, because I really want that done. My spoiler, my rear diffuser will come next month. Don't know when next month, but for sure that's coming next month to finish the build. So I'm trying to get it ahead of time and do things at a time at the same time. That way when I have all the parts and I'll be slammed with work, and I'm already busy enough the way it is, man. I'm tired. This whole past week I didn't even go home. Not one single day. I left Monday and then come back to home. I didn't get home till like Friday, which is yesterday. And I'm still exhausted. I'm still tired. But anyhow, I do want to finish my car and get it done. So just gotta wait for that. All right, catch you guys in a bit. All right guys, we're back. Okay, so pretty much I'm still waiting. I got 31 minutes before I give them a call, but they did send me an email, and this is the stuff that I needed, okay, to install the brackets. Now I got the brackets here and I already put them all out, figuring out which way is which, and the splitter rods and all that. But since I don't have all the tools, I had to go Harbor Freight. Now these are tools that I don't really mainly use, but you need it for the install. So I bought me a 3/8 drill bit, okay, a rivet, clamping, and more rivets. So those are the things that I didn't have, but you need that to install the bracket, because this is going to be, you gotta remember the splitter is going to be, the splitter and the splitter rods are going to be chassis mounted. I mean, it's going to hook up to the chassis, okay. Most traditional people that hook up splitter rods and splitters to the car, they only have it mounted to the bumper. But me, on the other hand, I'm gonna hook it up to the chassis itself, the main crash bar. Okay, so that's why the brackets are difficult to where they go, because I never done this before. Hooking up your splitter rods and your splitters to your chassis, it's more stiff and it's not going anywhere, and it doesn't break, it doesn't flex very much either. There's more work to it, yes, but in my eyes, I think maybe a one con is that if you need to take up your front bumper, you have to remove a lot of bolts just to remove your front bumper. That's the only con that I've seen so far, that's my understanding. But other than that, like, see, if I want to remove my front bumper, then easy peasy, because it's not chassis mounted, nothing's around the bumper that locks it in place. But once I do this, yeah, I won't be able to take up my front bumper from my understanding. But we'll see after I've done everything, and if I look at the way of how to take off the bumper if I needed to, because I do take off my front bumper, not very quite often, but I do it sometimes. And the reason why, I have my cold air intakes are in there, so every now and then you take out your cold air intake filters and clean them up and reinstall them, you know what I mean? Because when you drive, these gets dirty if you have a cold air intake system, okay? So in order to have access to it, you need to take off your front bumper. But then again, if you chassis mount this, you gotta do more extra work just to get the freaking front bumper off. So we'll see how it goes. So just waiting 30 more minutes and give them a call and see what's up. Get you guys in a bit. What's going on, man?
What's up, man? What's up? You got your camera on, you got everything, man. You're ready to rock and roll.
Man, I got my bumper over here already full apart. I didn't even bolt that. I left it like that last weekend. So this is what I'm working with. So I got my drill, sockets, bag full of tools. So the 2 brackets that I know that goes, one right here and one right here, it goes to the grill. I got that part. Just marking it, I need a hand because I have nobody here to help me.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's a 2-person job, man.
Yeah. So give and take. I just need to figure out where the other ones go. So.
Okay, cool. So I have my tech right here. We have the file open on our computer, so I'm gonna pass the phone to him.
Okay.
And we're gonna start. We'll start actually, now that I see it, since you already got the front one figured out. We'll start at
Okay.
So now we're looking at that center bar, right?
Right. So this is this bar right here.
Correct.
So it goes like that. Just don't know where it goes.
Okay. So that's gonna be. This is the front sway bar. You see that?
Time to get my butt underneath the car again.
Yeah. So your car is gonna probably have the factory sway bar. It's gonna be black.
Oh man, you telling me I have to take off this damn thing?
You don't have to take off that thing. Oh, you have a skid plate there?
Yeah, it's from Z1 Motorsports. As you can see, I just installed that last weekend.
Oh, that's your biggest problem, man.
Really?
That's your biggest problem. That has to come off.
Oh man.
That's why you can't see that thing.
Holy
That's
crap.
hiding all the mounting points.
Oh, that's not good. Okay, so because I really want that skid plate on there. There's no other way around it.
Put the splitter first, then put the skid plate back. I'm sure the skid plate you can mount it to the splitter. Because the splitter, dude, I'm telling you right now, it's made out of 6061 T6 aluminum. I promise you, it's stronger than whatever skid plate they gave you there right now.
Oh man, and I already installed it too, so that's considered used, and I can't really return it. Okay.
Well, you can still use the skid plate, but put the splitter first, then put the skid plate on top.
I don't think you can, man, because it's fully sealed.
I told Tony to explain to you that our chassis.
No, he didn't even call me, man. I haven't heard from him all week very much.
Well, I told him when you were doing the order to tell you to make sure that you understand that the chassis mounted splitter comes all the way to the subframes. So I don't know if he told you that or not, but
no,
I told him to.
He didn't.
I told.
Holy crap. Okay, so.
So yeah, why don't you pull that off first, and then send me a message when it's off, and I'll get back on the phone with you.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
All right.
All right,
Ugh. Well, this sucks. I really want that damn thing on, because this is one of the nicest skid plates ever. But man, I don't think you can mount the brackets, especially these two brackets here, to the subframe back of the crash bar and then mount that skid plate on. I don't think you can. I don't think you can. Now I'm thinking, now if I would have done this, I'm thinking if I mount the front ones, which is these right here, no, these right here, and then I mount this to the front of the frame, and then the back of the splitter has to be mounted to the lip itself, which is the front lip. Now if I would, let's say, did that, then I won't able to add these pieces, which is that center piece and the other two pieces are over there. But give and take, yeah, this is not looking good so far. Now I just wasted another nice skid plate plan to it. Now, man, I gotta play with it. I'll catch you guys in a bit. Let me play with this real quick and figure this out. I'll catch you guys in a bit. Okay, I got the two brackets here. So we got the two long ones, as you guys can see.
Yeah, the two long ones are gonna be the farthest out.
And then these guys.
Okay, those are the flat ones. Those go. Okay, so for this center one.
Okay, that piece is right here. Okay, so I remove the skid plate already. So here's that piece, the one you were showing me. Okay.
Alright, so yeah, so that's that piece. Go to the subframe, which is next to your factory sway bar.
Goes right here? Uh-oh.
Okay, so where's your sway bar?
My sway bar?
Yeah.
Hold on a second. My shit's falling.
Looks like you're showing me the dash bar.
Come on now. Jesus Christ. Okay. All right. So that's the sway bar right there.
Okay, cool. So from the sway bar, if you look at where my finger's pointing, you're gonna go this sway bar dead center. You're gonna meet the subframe. So sway bar to subframe.
Okay. So here's the sway bar.
Yeah,
And that's the
so
crash bar right here. So behind it.
Okay, perfect. So that mounts directly underneath it, facing down. So it's gotta face down towards the floor.
Like this?
Correct.
What? Not like this?
Correct. No, that's incorrect.
Oh.
Yes, it goes like that.
Okay, if this goes here, okay.
Yes.
This connects to the what? The two front bars that go in front?
The splitter mounts to that.
Oh, the splitter mounts to this.
Yes.
Wow, okay. Alright, now I got that part done. What about these guys right here?
Okay, those you're mounting on that same bar, but at the very ends. So it's one's gonna be to the far left, one's gonna be to the far right. And it's
My
mounting
previous
on the bottom
owner,
way.
my sister's boyfriend, drove this car.
Oh shit, they fucked your shit up.
Yeah, they hit this one before I bought the car.
Fuck. Okay, you're gonna need to get like a pry bar or something and try to pull that thing down.
Oh, that thing is hard, man. That thing is really hard.
Is it? Fuck. Okay, can you mount it towards the front of it maybe? Zoom out a little bit so I can see the. See if you can mount. Yeah, you see where it's a little flat. See
Right
if
here?
you can mount it there.
Right here?
Yeah. Well, you're moving the phone a little bit. I can't really see.
I'm trying to make the phone upward.
Oh, okay, there you go. Yeah, you could probably get away mounting it like that. That should work.
But it won't go all the way to the end though, cause see how it's bent
It won't go
right
all the way
here?
to the end, but at least you'll still get some side support.
Yeah, right here. That would be
Yeah.
the best bet right here.
Yeah, so mount that right there.
Okay.
And then the other one on the exact opposite side, but that one mounted where it belongs, all the way at the edge.
So here's the one that's not, and it holds
Yeah,
like
so that one mounted normally.
like
Correct.
this.
Yeah.
So the corner of this crash bar here is even with this right here.
Correct. With
Oh, okay, like that.
Yeah.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Just like the picture. Just compare it to the picture. The picture shows you that outline.
And
The
what?
bash bar, and it meets the bend of the bracket.
Okay, so this one here, what does it mount to? To the splitter?
That okay, so when you mount that, the splitter mounts to this point. The splitter mounts to this point.
Right, which is the center right here. But what about the ones on the side right here, like you told me to, like right here?
Okay, the splitter mounts to that one too. The
Oh,
splitter,
okay.
remember,
Okay,
the
so
splitter covers the whole front.
okay, so this one here mounts to the splitter, this mounts to the splitter, okay?
Correct.
Okay, now we got one more thing here that I'm confused where in the hell this one goes.
The really long ones, right?
Right, exactly.
Okay.
These bad boys right here.
Okay, so the really long ones, if you go all the way to the edge of the bumper,
All the way to the edge of the bumper?
yeah, that's the crash bar, right? Okay, so you know where those front brackets mount? Your bash bar, your crash bar?
Right, well this is right here.
Yeah, that crash bar, if you go all the way to the edge of it, that's where those long brackets go because the crash bar sits higher than the subframe.
Okay, we got another problem. You know where it dents right here?
Uh-huh.
This part here is broken too. See it?
Yeah, but that's
See it? You see this crash bar you're talking about? And this
Yeah.
thing here mounts to that?
But that's your subframe. That's your subframe. Don't worry about that. That's for the other brackets. For the long brackets, you're going to the front bar. So zoom out, come out a little bit. Okay, there. You're mounting all the way to the edge of that top one.
Oh, this one here.
Yeah, that goes to the corner.
So at the very end of it,
Correct.
like that?
Correct. That's why it's such a tall bracket.
Holy crap! And this mounts to what? To the splitter?
The splitter's gonna mount to that too. So once you put all the brackets, the splitter, when you line it up, you'll see the splitter mounts flush to the brackets. And then you just drill out the holes and you're done.
Okay, but problem is that once you put the splitter on and someone to hold it up, let's say for example I find something to hold it up, it's hard to find the holes for these things unless you already have it pre-drilled on the splitter. Yeah.
Okay, so when you mount this center one,
Okay.
and you mount these two outer ones, put the bumper on, okay? When you put the bumper on, you can put the splitter underneath it, and you can drill out this hole, and you can drill out this hole. That centers the splitter. Once the splitter is centered, you can take the bumper off, and then you can drill out all the other holes because the rest of the brackets are exposed. You get it?
Okay. So do the middle one, the very in front of that square right there, that one right there in the middle.
Do this middle one first.
Uh huh.
You gotta center the splitter. So once you put this bracket on, and you put these brackets on, put your bumper on.
Okay.
When you put your bumper on, have somebody help you center the splitter so you're equal on both sides. Maybe put a jack stand underneath it or something to hold it in place.
Uh huh.
And then just drill out the holes for this one, and then drill out the holes for this one. Then you mount the splitter with the bolts to these brackets, and then the splitter's not gonna move. That's it. It's fixed. So now you can remove and put your bumper back on as many times as you want because the splitter's being held up by these brackets.
Oh, so you can still remove the bumper whenever you need to.
100%.
Oh, that's badass. Okay. Okay. Now I got you.
Like that, you can remove, put the bumper back on, so you can get it to where you want it to be.
Actually, no, not necessarily. Now that I think about it, because if you take the bumper, right here, right? Here's the bumper, right? So if I would add the lip, carbon fiber lip to this bumper, and I add the splitter underneath that, and then you put the splitter on underneath that lip. Do you mount the splitter to the front lip, or you don't? Right.
I can send you, if you don't have enough hardware, I can send you an extra hardware kit, and you can drill all that out last. Once you mount the splitter securely, all you gotta do is put the brackets.
Okay.
And you gotta remember the splitter pushes up against the front bumper. It's not tight into the front bumper. It connects to the brackets.
Right, but if you put a front lip on the bumper, and then you then oh, but you don't mount the split. You don't mount the front carbon fiber lip to the splitter, right? You don't, right?
No, you mount the carbon fiber splitter to the bumper.
Right, but not the splitter to the lip, right?
The splitter to the lip is last, very, very last.
I know, but if you do, if you tighten it down, if you bolt down the lip to the splitter, then you really can't take off the front bumper then.
Well, yeah, once you're done, yeah. But right now, you can take it off and add squeeze.
Right.
If you want, in the future, if you would be able to remove, so you see this bumper?
Yeah.
So we have that bracket, these brackets that go on the front bumper. So you have the two middle ones, right?
Right.
If you want to go a little bit more custom, we can make two more of these brackets, and we can put them all the way to the end. And then like that, the splitter rods will sandwich it up against the front bumper. So like that, all you have to do is disconnect the splitter rods, and you can take the bumper on and off, like you please. So there's different ways of going about it. This is being the most simplest way, but in reality, once this splitter is on, you never have to take it off.
Okay. Well, actually, no. Yes, I do. Cause look. Let me show you this real quick. Look at my phone. In order for me to do maintenance, let's say I want to change my air filter on my car, right? The air filter are underneath that front bumper. You see that? That's a cold air intake system for the car. So if I want to do maintenance and clean the air filter, or buy a new air filter and put it on the car, I have to take out the front bumper to have access to it.
Okay, but see, this is the thing. The hardware I'm gonna provide you with, you're only gonna put a couple bolts, and those are quarter 20s. You can take those
Okay.
The hardware is super easy. So the hardware looks like this. So this is the hardware, right?
Right.
It's a button head.
Okay.
You're gonna put one in one corner, one in one corner, one in one corner. So you're probably gonna put like 4 total, just to keep it nice and flush with the carpet splitter.
All right, guys, we're back. Okay, so now I got the majority of it. So it looks like I won't be able to use that skid plate for the oil plant. Okay, so either I can hang on to it or give it away, but I'll probably just hang on to it and give up my other one out, my old one out. Okay, so these long ones here, okay, as you guys can see, they go at the very edge of the crash bar. This is the subframe, this is the crash bar. So for these go here at the end, at the nacelle, and then these ends here mount to the splitter. This one, however, okay, mounted like this, but on the subframe. Whoops, sorry, camera. So here's the subframe, and then mount it like that, okay? And this part here around here, mounts to the splitter. Now, this other stupid part, where'd that damn piece go? This part here, this goes to the subframe, not the crash bar, the subframe. And this mounts it as in, see like that? Like that, okay? And this mounts to the splitter itself. So I got the majority idea of it. This part here is easy. The other piece right here is easy to mount, which is right here, even though this is part here is damaged. This is part here is damaged because this car here, okay, when I get to it, I'll tell you about that. So I'm gonna mount that right here, okay? And then this piece here, again, okay, mounts up like that, okay? And this part here goes to the splitter. So now I got the majority idea of it. Now, due to my car being damaged right here, so what happened was, this car here was owned by my sister, my youngest sister. I'm the baby in my family. I'm the youngest one in my family. There's 5 of us, but my youngest sister in the sister family, my sister owned this car. She is the first owner of this car. And when she owned this car, she didn't know how to drive it very well. So, but she didn't cause that accident, okay? The only thing that she caused accident when she had this car was the rims. That's the reason why my rims are jacked up. You see? All these curb rashes right here are on the rim. They're not from me, okay? They're from my sister. The back one's okay. The back was okay. The front ones are usually bad. It's like, here's the curb rash right here. This is not from me. The driver's side here is the worst one. Okay? See? Curb rash. This is not from me. Okay? Look at all this curb rash right here. This is not from me. I know how to drive low cars. This is all from my sister. Okay? This one here is not as bad. They still have a nick right here, but it's not as bad. But all those curb rashes on my wheels are from my sister. Okay? All that. Now, the bracket up there, the crash bar, the subframe, I mean, not the crash bar, the subframe, how that got damaged, which is right here. Oh, it's right here. That's why you got that little bump right here. Now, my sister had dated a guy, and he borrowed my sister's car. When he borrowed my sister's car, he floored this car, like he punched it. And he was going really fast. He lost control. He ran over a curve, and it hit a huge curve, a curve that was a little bit taller than normal, and he hit it. So the car hit that. He's trying to hide that incident. He's trying to hide that problem right there. He brought it to a mechanic shop and tried to fix the issue, and they didn't do a very good job, as you can see. Later on, my sister found out what's wrong with her car, that he damaged her car. Ever since then, she dumped his ass and dated somebody else. So she had his car for what, 2 years? Two and a half years? And then she passed this car to her son. Her son, which is my nephew, Tiger. Now Tiger had had this car for a year when she gave this car to him. I decided that I needed a new car because I was driving an old car. So my sister took this car back from her son and sold this car to me. So now I'm the third owner of this car. Really, to be honest with you, I'm really the second owner of the car, because my youngest never registered the title to under his name, but it's been under my sister's name. So this car has 2 owners. Okay, it sounds like 3 owners, but it's really 2 owners because there's only 2 people that own this car through the title of the car. Okay, the car is clean. It's not salvage title or anything. It's just a small subframe damage. What you know, but anyhow, I'm the second owner of this car, and I've been taking care of it since then. That's how that subframe got damaged. Okay, long story short, just want to let you guys know how that worked. Okay, so since that side is damaged, I got figured out how to mount this bracket here and try and make it work. Okay, so those brackets right there are easy to mount. I have no problem with that. I can do that right now real quick. This one too, this one's easy. The only ones that are hard is the front ones. Okay, the front ones that goes to the crash bar, which is right here. Okay, and man, I want to take this part off too, just to mount that sucker up there. I had to remove all the wiring, retire wrapped everything here, just to mount that front bracket. That front bracket goes in front through the grill. These brackets right here. So this right here goes through the grill, as in so. Mounts to the crash bar inside. It look like that. Okay, and this goes to the splitter rod. The splitter rod goes to the splitter. Okay, so this one here is the challenge part. Okay, this one, well, not really. I thought I had to remove this. Looks like I don't have to. I guess I just do like this, I guess. Okay, I think, but I have to see. I really have to see. Oh, maybe not. Maybe I do have to take it off, because this goes and drills a hose up here, and this thing stays flush like that, but on the crash bar, not on this piece of foam here. All right, let me get to work. Let me get a drink real quick, smoke a cigarette real quick, or vape, and then continue the work. Catch you guys in a bit. All right, so here's the idea of me. Okay, so this is what I was thinking. To make it easy as possible for me, since I am doing it all by myself, I'm gonna take the splitter out, lay it on the floor, and then mount those damn things on there. That's the way I'm gonna do it. I think that's the best way, easier for me. I need to put this in the sun a little bit, so that way the sun can cook the paint so it stays hardened, because this paint is still fresh. It's only a week old. So leaving the sun, let it harden up. I mean, he said there's nothing wrong with it. You don't have to, but I'm gonna do it just to be sure anyways. So yeah, okay. So the splitter, okay, the splitter itself, I want to mount the brackets on this. Okay, oh shit. Okay, and here's the splitter right here. Nice piece right here, see? So what I'm thinking is put that bracket. Problem is though, I have to make a hole for this middle bracket here, this one here. So give and take, yeah. Man, this is some work, but it can be done. The company MFR Engineering, they're very highly respected. They're a very good company. They help their customers out. As you can see, they went on their Instagram and FaceTime me. Very helpful guys. They're gonna send me another hardware kit for my rear, for my front lip carbon fiber, so I can mount that carbon fiber lip to the splitter, which I'm gonna do very last, and then I just gotta work on the main part. Okay, so I'm trying to get the idea of how to mark this. Do I mount like this or do I mount like this? It's really hard to say. But he said put the bumper on first, then someone hold the splitter up as you mark it. I'm trying to figure out how to do this. Oh man. All right guys, let me catch you guys in a bit. Let me figure this out. All right guys, we're back. I went to Harbor Freight to buy some more of those tap screws, some more of these, because he didn't give me enough. Okay, but I already bought them. All right, first thing I did was put the lip on to the Z. Okay, it looks good. It's a little off a little bit because you know, 95.99% fitment is not always there. So there's a little gap right here. It's okay, you know, it's okay, you know, it's okay. But fitment on aftermarket, you know, it's, you know, that's something you have to work with. Okay, so it's a little off a little bit, but it's okay. I'm gonna put a splitter here on the bottom anyways. Okay, the line looks good, you know. I chipped a little bit right here, just a little bit, while putting the lip on, but I'm the one to help me. I'm all by myself. It's a little nick. It's okay, but it's on now. So I took the old front lip. I took the hardware off of that, all the hardware that's on the side right here, all the bolts out. Took that out and put on the new one. That's how I mount that one on. So here's my old one, but I trashed this one here. No more good no more, so that's trash. Okay, screwdriver. So now what I'm gonna do is take measure everything, because right now at the moment all the brackets except for these, okay, not these, the brackets that are underneath the car, I already did them already. But the reason why I installed the lip first on the bumper, that way I can add the splitter on the bottom, that splitter right there, put it on the bottom, and I line them up with the bottom of the brackets. That way I can get to the right spot. So as you can see, the lip's on now. So as you can see, the bracket's on. Okay, that's brackets on, that bracket's on, that bracket's on. Okay, so how do I mount this to the splitter? Exactly where's that? So give and take, I have to move the splitter to the front, okay, and find something like either my jack stand to lift up the splitter to hold it in place or something. I try to figure something out, and then draw the outline of the bracket onto the splitter. That way I know where I can drill the hole for them. Okay, that's the hard part. Okay, but yeah, the mounting brackets are there for temporarily. They're not permanent. Okay, they will be though once I find out where the holes are onto the splitter. Now give and take, that's what it looks like so far, but still I'm gonna have to remove the bumper again, okay, and mount the front ones on. And looks like I'm gonna have to remove that foam. I'm gonna have to move that foam that was underneath here and cut all the tie wraps out to put those brackets on. Once I put those brackets on this car, I can mount the front bumper, the front splitter right here. That way I'll hold this side up while I'll try and measure the ones in the back. Once I get that down, it's good. So I have to put on the bracket and then measure it, take off the bracket, drill the holes into the splitter, put the brackets back on, and then try to mount the splitter. So chassis mount, it's a pain in the butt, but I hope it's worth it at the end. So give and take, at least we're moving forward compared to last weekend. So now I have to remove this bumper again, install those real quick, and then put the bumper back on, take the splitter, put underneath, and measure everything where the lines are holes up. That way I can mount them on to the splitter itself, to the splitter rods. So that's the progress. That's the idea. It's a lot easier and a lot faster if I have someone help, but I'm doing all by myself. Okay, so all right guys, let me get to it. Catch you guys in a bit. All right guys, we're back. All right, so I installed the front mount, as you guys can see. Whoo, man. Okay, so I use a tap screw and the other screw, and then this side too. Okay, so these where the splitter rods go. This goes through the grill of the front bumper, and then this goes to the splitter rod to the splitter. Okay, so that's what I'm working with. That's gonna stay on permanently. I'm not taking it off. Only the other brackets on the bottom, I'm taking off to readjust it to know where to drill the hole in the splitter over there. All right, so, oh man, I'm tired, man. Whew, it's a lot of work. Got tools everywhere, man, everywhere. Bumper's over there. All right, let me continue working. Catch you guys in a bit. All right, guys, we are back. Okay, so the bumper's on. As you can see, these are sticking out. This is where your splitter rod's holds into. This goes down this way to hold up the splitter, and looking good. Now I just need a helping hand of taking that splitter, put it underneath it, measure correctly that evens with this side and that side, and draw the outlines of the brackets, and then take the splitter back down, drill holes and put it back up, and we're pretty much done right there. But yeah, looking good. See, looks really good. All right, guys, let me continue. I do have to take off the bumper one more time. I was just doing this to show you how it looks like with these brackets sticking out. Okay, I do need to mount those on as well, but that's easy. All right, guys, that's the update. I'm letting the dogs out. Ain't that right, Mason? Which is over there. Mason, right? Mochi, right? Right? Okay, catch you guys in a bit. All right, guys, we're back. All right, so all the mounts for the chassis mount is up. So let me show you. Okay, so you guys already know these right here. Okay, now the rest of the mount, here we go underneath. Okay, so here's the rest of the mount. Okay, now this is just the centerpiece right here. Okay, that's the centerpiece. Okay, and then you got your other piece right over here. Okay, and we got the other piece over there. Okay, so those three right there are going to the splitter. The long mounts, however, are right here, and it goes all the way up to the chassis mount. Okay, so that's the crash bar. This is the subframe. Now I know what he's talking about. And then over here is the other bar for the splitter. So this is the hard part. Everything is done. Okay, so this is the front for the crash bar to hold the splitter rods. Now, as you can see, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, how do we mount the splitter to make holes on the splitter to mount on these mounts? That is the question. That is the problem that I am running into. Okay, as you can see, I tried to drill a bigger hole and use those rivets, those screwed rivets. I put them in there, and every time I screw in the screws that goes into those rivet holes, the rivet itself spins. It's not going in and out, it just won't stay put, and for me to screw the screw. So I screw that. I wanted to go to Harbor Freight, actually True Value store, to pick up these bolts that he gave me. These right here, these holes here, were for the skid plate for the Z1 version 2 or 3 skid plate. Okay, so I had to substitute to make this to work. Okay, so everything looks good. Okay, so now how do we put the splitter on here and hold in place so I can draw the outline of the bracket? That way I know where to make the hole. That way we can put the splitter onto these brackets. Okay, so that is the question. That is the hardest part. Everything else is done. Now I do need to put another tap screw here, another tap screw right here, but other than that, everything else is done. These are solid. Okay, these ain't going anywhere. These are solid already. These are solid as well. Okay, so they're not going anywhere. All right, just gotta figure that out. So yeah, I'm exhausted, you know. I really am. I'm exhausted. So I was like, shit, I don't know how to do this part, and I need help to do it. And yeah, this is the hardest part. Now I can slide the splitter. I can slide the splitter up here, but I have to adjust the splitter to the front lip. Once I adjust it to the front lip, it has to stay in place so I can go underneath the car and figure out how to get my hand in there and draw the outline of the brackets onto the splitter so I know where I can drill a hole. Okay, that's the problem. Okay, I don't want to make too many holes on the splitter, you know what I mean? So yeah, I need help. All right guys, that's the update. That's what's going on. And I like the chassis mount, I like the brackets and everything, but the hardest part is how do I mount that on there? How do I mount that splitter to those brackets without drilling too many holes on it? Now I drilled these 2 holes and I tried to level out the back of the splitter evenly back with this part here flushed in. Problem was that it's sticking out to front too far, too much. So I need help. So until I figure this out, we might have skipped this to the next weekend, but we'll see. I'm still trying to play with it. All right guys, that's the update. Catch you guys in a bit or later. I'm tired, I really am. It's been a rough week, but now I'm trying to work on my car too, so it's like, man. Catch you guys in a bit or later. What's going on, YouTube? We're back. I went to the store because I don't have a pair of clamps, so I figured maybe the clamp will help. So I went to the store and bought me 2 clamps. So I use this clamp here to hold on the inside of the lip. That way it can hold up the splitter. I just got it off underneath it right now, and I did the same thing with this side. Clamp that up. Then I use the jack stands that I have to hold up this front end. So now I got the main idea, majority, and this is what it's gonna look like. Okay? So correct me if my measurements from this side look about 1/2 inch. Over here, about 1/2 inch. So it's almost right on the money. And that logo is right there in the middle. Perfect. It's perfect. So now all I need to do is drill a hole here and a hole here. Okay? A hole here to mount the splitter rods here. Okay, so try to figure it out, try to make it happen. It's looking good, gentlemen, looking real good. Woo, man. And that store's about to close too. I said, what time that place closed? So I figured I'd give him a holler. Well, I ain't holler them, but I look at the Google Maps and they said they're closing. So I said, oh shit, I'm gonna even go get it. And this actually helped hold up the splitter. So yeah, we're in progress. Now I need to drill 2 holes real quick, put the splitter rods on, crawl my ass underneath there, put my hand over and feel all the brackets, and then mark them with the black marker, with that marker right there. And then we can take the splitter back off and start drilling holes, and we'll be done with. This is once I mount the splitter, the front end is done for now. All right guys, let me get to it and try to do this before Hannah gets off work, so I gotta pick her up. Supposedly we're supposed to go eat hot pot today, so we'll see. All right guys, let me get to it. Catch you guys in a bit. What's going on, you guys? All right, we're done. Okay. All right, so first things first, I'll put the bumper on, put the front splitter rods on, mark the back on the top side, on top of the splitter. Took it out, everything out, left the bumper on, drill the 3 holes that I needed for the other 3 brackets, came back, put it back on, and the bumper's still on the car. And then I went underneath, tie them down on all the bolts down on the back. Okay, once I did the back, I came back out, I took the bumper off, and now this is where we're sitting at. Okay, so these brackets right here are really tricky. So what I did was I took a small bit, put it inside the hole, drill it through a hole, do the same thing on the other side, grab a bigger bit, went underneath, drill the actual hole size for those screws, and now we're done. All the bolts lined up, and we're done. This is it. Okay, so now I took the bumper off. Now I want to share this with you guys. Now I told you guys before that since I'm rebuilding my car, and I want to change some things up to make it look better. Okay, not too ricey, but also look badass. Okay, so this is done. Voila, that's it. Put the bumper back on, put the bolts in, put the splitter rods in, that's it. But before I do, and it's gonna be permanent, unless I take it off and do the maintenance on the air filters. I got a package came in that I saved. Okay, I saved this because I'm gonna be throwing it on my car. Okay, now these are expensive. I know that for a fact because these are carbon fiber, and this is the only ones that make carbon fiber carbonates. Okay, so I've been saving these, and I till my car came back. So I'm gonna do one side first, get the idea of it. So we got carnards. Okay, so obviously rough it around here. So yeah, that looks good. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna throw those on. Once I throw those on, put it on the car, put the bolts back, put the splitters back, we are done. Okay, so those carnards are the next thing to do right now on the list. So just let you know what's the step so far that I've been taking so far on rebuilding the car, and everything looks great. Other than the lip being a little bit off, but hey, you know, it's aftermarket, what do you expect? Okay, so let's throw these carnards on and put it back together, see how it comes out. All right, catch you guys in a bit. All right guys, we're back. Okay, so I've been playing around with it for a little bit. It takes a lot more time than usual because I want to make sure I did it right. So we're not gonna do this today. I'm tired, I need to go shower, put my tools away, and I gotta go pick up my fiance. So far looking good. Just be patient guys. Day 3 we're coming up next week on Saturday. All right, till then, that's all I have right now. Catch you on the next video. Woo, I'm tired. Peace.